Alright, I'm back. I wanted to cover a couple of things that make this vehicle a little more useful. One of them is taking the doors off in the summertime. In fact, you can disassemble the entire vehicle. The doors come off. That upper panel here comes off. Of course, the top all comes off. And then the windshield itself, on this one, the windshield folds down. Let me close the hood and I'll show you. This one here has got the hinges on the bottom on both sides, and then it's got the bumpers on the top. When you unlatch the windshield, you fold it down, you tie it off there to the middle of the hood. So it works pretty slick. Take the doors off, all you got to do is disconnect that latch right there and lift the doors up, take them off. It takes 2 seconds. Works good. Let me get my light here. Inside here you can see, to actually lower the windshield, you just undo this latch on both sides and you take the bars off. These have been replaced with bolts, so you just take I don't remember if it's a 10 millimeter or whatever, just run the bolts out and then you just lay the windshield over and tie it down out there on the hood. It's great, makes it great when you're out off-roading. Anyway, this one here, believe it or not, that's the original mileage. 64,000 original miles. Had 5 different engines in it so far, and low mileage. The newest vehicle I own, actually. As if it's old. Up here on top I put a set of gauges. That's a clock, of course, out of a Porsche 944, and then you got a boost gauge next to that and an EGT gauge next to that. You can see it's self-powered. It's still showing the exhaust temperature is 200 degrees. I ran this here a little while ago. Below that is the TinyTac. Works great. $100, tinytac.com. You gotta have one. They work just great. Below that is the instruments. Let me see if I can get this where we can read them. Let's see here. There you got oil temperature, you got oil pressure, and you got volts. For those guys not familiar with Volkswagens, they use, well, the Germans in general, they use bars, B-A-R, for your oil pressure. That just means barometric pressure. So it's, each one of those is 15 psi, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 15, 75, right? So above that little connector right there, that's for my CB radio. And that plug-in adapter right there, that drives the power to that TinyTac, so I can just remove it when I'm done checking it out. I will put a regular tack in here. I have another dash with the tack instead of this goofy thing on the side here. I just haven't figured out how I want to drive it yet. Since I'm using a Suzuki alternator, it's a little tougher. But it can be done. There's a couple different ways to do it. This one here is the start knob like you would have in any Volkswagen diesel, except for the later ones. TDIs don't have anymore. The glow plug light, I use this one here. I find it easier just to make a neon light. Somebody cut this out years ago. I never did nothing with it. To start them up, all you got to do is turn the ignition switch to the run position. The glow plug light comes on. Make sure it's in neutral, and start knob is pulled out so it runs smooth. Then all you got to do, since that glow plug's been running 7 or 8 seconds, you just bump the starter. That's all there is to it. Been running like that 10,000 miles, so works pretty good. I think I might make a video driving it. I don't know. You guys kind of have fun with it. You can see even idling. Let's turn the. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can see the oil pressure on here. You know, it's pegged the thing just idling when it's cold. When it's warm, it runs about 3 bars going down the road, so that's 45 psi. When it's warm, it idles at about 2 bars, just under 2 bars, so just under 30 psi when it's warm. You can see it's not a Volkswagen alternator because the Suzuki picked up the voltage right at startup. It's not like a Volkswagen. Volkswagen alternators don't pick up voltage until you spin up the RPM. The oil temperature going down the road runs about 80 degrees Celsius. That's exactly what I want, between 80 and 100. I never want to go more than 100. So, all in all, pretty neat little rig. Runs pretty good. Of course, they stop. As soon as you cut the fuel off, they stop right away. This one does have a spring over on it. Cut these lights off. This one does have a spring over on it. I did the conversion myself. A little more to it than meets the eye. It is cheaper to buy brake lines, those stainless brake lines from Rocky Roads or somewhere. By the time you start splicing or trying to go out in the junkyard and finding brake lines at work, it's just a pain in the neck. You can tell my fine paint job here. Like I said, one of these days I'll sand that puppy off. Anyway, that's about it for now. I will have to do another one for glow plugs. Yeah, that's my ham radio call sign, if you guys want to look it up. The address ain't correct, though, so don't come down here looking to steal my samurai, because it's not there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.